Well, hello and welcome back to Stream It. We've got loads of fun stuff coming up on today's podcast.
Yeah, we chat to Ruby Stokes and Ari Folman about the brand new film Where is Anne Frank, which I have to say, the animation looks incredible.
Incredible. We'll get into it later, Connor.
That was really different, but also really exciting to kind of, have to use your imagination a lot more than you would normally.
And we have another brilliant kids review for you. This week it is our listener Max, when he's going to be reviewing his favourite movie. Can you guess what it is?
I love this film because the music and the lyrics are really clever.
And as always, we're going to stop you sitting there, searching through your favourite streaming service, trying to find something to watch. We've got our top 5 picks on what you need to be watching this week. So we're talking about a brand new animation, Where is Anne Frank, this week. And there is so much to love about this film, isn't there, Rob?
Oh, there's so much to love about it. I mean, it is, to give you a little background, it's basically the story of Anne Frank, and Anne Frank in her diary writes to her imaginary friend Kitty, and in this animation, Kitty comes to life, which is pretty cool.
It's so cool as well to actually think that your animated friend in your head can come to life.
Yeah. What about your animated friend? What would they look like?
Well, my imaginary friend is called Ali. That's the name.
Oh, you actually have one?
I have one.
Oh, great.
And I know what he looks like, and he'd be my best buddy. Absolutely, he would be my best buddy. I've had one forever.
Do you know what is brilliant as well? This animation is like a kind of quirky style animation. It's almost like a book that has come to life.
Yeah, it almost looks like drawings that have actually happened in a book that are now moving on your screen in colour. It's so cool. It really is a must-see.
Yeah, and what would you say in terms of animation is your favourite animated?
My favourite animated, I mean, I like all of the old school animations, obviously, but I think like my go-to animation would have to be the Pixar world. I think it's great.
Really?
Yeah, because I just love colour. I don't really care too much about what it looks like. I just like loads of colour, and this has so much colour in it, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's brilliant. And I love the Wallace and Gromit animation, the stop motion.
Yeah, it's such a cool world. It makes a really good watch as well. When the animation is good, it makes a good film even better.
It's true, and that is definitely what happened here. I had a chat with Ruby and the director as well, and I think you're going to like this, Connor.
Oh, I'm really excited. The director as well, that's really cool, because this is a really cool film to know like how it was actually made.
So here's my chat with Ruby Stokes and Ari Folman from Where is Anne Frank?
What are you waiting for, Anne? Open your presents.
Oh, that's so lovely.
When you write, who do you actually write to?
To myself, of course.
I prefer to think of my diary as a girl, a best friend. Her name will be Kitty.
Kitty.
I like it.
Come down, Anne. I'm waiting for you.
Is he a boy from class? Of course.
Who are you talking to, Anne?
Well, of course, Ruby, this is a very important person from history. But for anyone who doesn't know the story of Anne Frank, who would you say Anne Frank is in your words?
Who is Anne Frank? Anne Frank's, an extraordinary young woman who went into hiding during the Second World War, and she was Jewish, and she hid with another family and another man in a place that she called in her diary the Secret Annex, and she is world famous for having written in a diary for a couple of years while she was in hiding.
And do you know what's so fascinating? I feel like before perhaps the last couple of years, some of us, it would just be so far removed from maybe our reality that we couldn't really imagine living through such a historic event. But obviously after the last 2 years, it's incredible to go through that and then take time to write, don't you think?
Yeah, it is incredible. I mean, she's just such a powerful writer, and I mean, she talks about how difficult it is in these this situation, the circumstances that she's in to write, and constantly having people. You see it in the film as well. Like she's talking to Kitty, and people are often knocking at her door, like, "What are you doing?" She's like, "Oh my God!" But yeah, it's extraordinary, very, very admirable.
For sure. Now let's chat about Kitty, because of course you do play Kitty, and Kitty is from Anne's imagination. So what was it like bringing a character to life that had only ever really lived in the imagination before?
Yeah, well, I mean, it was an honour, right? Because Kitty is an amalgamation of Anne and all the people that she adored and looked up to. So it was really interesting, like finding Kitty's voice, because I would often, when we first started, I met Emily Carey, who plays Anne Frank in the film, and I listened to kind of her voice and rhythm and intonation, because Kitty is a part of Anne, so I thought that was important to take on, but also finding Kitty's own like unique like voice and range within that. So it was really good fun, but also like a huge honor as well.
Yeah, and challenging, I guess, as well, to try and kind of incorporate it all into just your voice. Is this your first animation?
Yes, yeah, it is.
Oh, brilliant. And how did that kind of differ, did you feel, from that kind of street acting that you're used to?
Yeah, well, on set, you're often like, you can see the world around you, but, in a recording studio, you have to imagine it all. So Ari Folman, the director, was constantly telling us what it was like, and he'd show me like pencils of Kitty, because that was really important to kind of see what she looked like. That then you find within yourself, okay, like this is how I think her voice would be, and this is how I think she'd talk when she's upset or angry. So that was really different, but also really exciting to kind of have to use your imagination a lot more than you would normally.
Up until a year ago, everyone was in love with me.
Everyone?
It was all so wonderful. Then everything changed.
We're leaving.
They told everyone we were to blame for all the world's problems.
Now, of course, Anne Frank in and of itself is an important story to tell. But why did you think it was so important for it to be told in this way? Like bringing Kitty to life. What do you think that adds extra to it?
Well, I just thought that I think that if this story is not told properly in a new dimension, in a beautiful way of storytelling to younger audience, it will vanish. And even if it will not vanish literally, it will vanish emotionally. It will be like reading an ancient chapter in the Bible, that you see a lot of cruelty and an outstanding, terrifying story, but you don't feel anything when you read it.
Yeah, I totally understand that. And also as well for our listeners, especially, that's why it's really nice for them to kind of hear the story of Anne Frank, because this is likely to be the first time that they've heard it, Yes, absolutely. And also to connect it to what is going on today, to what it means to be a child in war zone, like we see in the movie, that is really running for his life wherever he was grown up and stuff. So yeah, it's super challenging. Thinking of our listeners, if Kitty could give them one piece of advice from obviously the journey that she's been on, what do you think it would be?
One piece of advice, I think, is to listen to other people and take on their opinions, be understanding, but be truthful to yourself and form your own opinion as well. Find your own voice and your own identity, and find your own opinion on something.
Well, we all needed that advice from Kitty. So thank you so much, Ruby. Honestly, it's been an absolute pleasure. Brilliant film. And I'm sure our listeners will thoroughly enjoy it. So thank you.
Thank you, Robyn.
This secret apartment is going to be our hiding place. For every person we welcome is a good chance we are saving a life. You could use those characters in your head. Make them fight your war somehow.
This young lady here named Kitty is looking for Anne Frank.
Have you seen her? Anne did not write this diary so that you could worship her. What is important?
Get in the truck.
Do everything you can to save one single soul from harm. Just one soul. What do you see, Peter?
I see the Allied forces. They're coming to liberate us. And you?
I see angels, Peter.
Pretty cool, Connor, isn't it?
So cool. And also as well, so cool to hear about the actual real life friend
Yeah, I know. And I also think as well, Ruby explained it perfectly, kind of how Kitty was a version of Anne.
Yeah, it's so cool. I feel like my best friend as well that's imaginary is a version of me.
Yeah, we're going to get into that later, I think.
Okay. So still to come, we have got Max's review of his favourite movie, which I'm really excited for, aren't you?
Oh, I am. And I really want to know what it is.
Yeah, you have to wait and see for that. But here are our picks right now for what you need to be watching this week.
The Look Forward. 5.
So my first pick is Secret Headquarters, Robyn.
Oh, what is that?
So imagine stumbling across your dad being a secret superhero in a secret superhero base.
What?
I know. Are you thinking about your dad being a superhero?
Yeah, and I'm thinking he wouldn't be very good.
What would you do, Robyn, if you actually saw your dad being a superhero randomly one day?
Well, I reckon I would be like, take me on your superhero journeys with you.
Oh, yeah, I want to be there seeing it all. I just thought the idea of that would be absolutely hilarious if my dad was an actual superhero. But we can only dream. This is what Charlie and his mates do in this new film. It's like a Marvel film, kind of meets Home Alone vibe. It's really good, and it's on Paramount Plus, August 12th. 4.
Now, this has been a pick that I have kind of had on the back burner because I'm a huge, huge fan of this series, and the long-awaited 8th series of The Next Step is on its way.
Oh, I'm so excited about The Next Step and the brand new series.
Here's a little fun fact. I auditioned to be on The Next Step.
No way. Did you actually?
Yeah.
You would have been so good in that.
Yeah, I didn't get it.
Are you going to be in the new series and actually you're saying you haven't got it?
Sadly, I'm not. But it is on the iPlayer and it's all about a regional dance competition. It's all very high drama. Series 8 isn't out until September, however, but we wanted to give you plenty of time to catch up on the 7 series before because, you know, you got to be ready for it.
Absolutely.
So it's available to watch on the iPlayer right now.
3.
Robyn, do you know the Groot, the tree from the Guardians of the Galaxy?
He's actually a Flora Colossus, but yeah, I know Groot. He's great.
Well, if you love Groot, then you're going to enjoy the new series, I Am Groot, which is a load of short films featuring baby Groot on Disney+. So these are going to be ideal if you just need a little short burst of cuteness in your life. It's going to be out on the 10th of August.
2.
Now, my next pick today is Spy Cat. Have you heard of it?
I have heard of it.
Great. So Marnie is a chubby cat and is treated like a princess and gets everything she wants. I feel like we can admire this kind of energy, Connor, don't you reckon?
Yeah, I can admire the energy. I love this. A chubby cat getting all they want? Yes, please.
But then it all goes wrong for Marnie, though, as she is forced to make her own way in the world. The princess dream is over. How's she going to cope?
I don't know. The princess dream over. Oh, no.
I'm already invested.
Same.
I need to know.
Same.
And you can watch it on Amazon Prime right now.
1.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Wow.
Yeah, there's a new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie on Netflix right now. Yes, please. It's called Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the movie, and it's based on the animated series of the same name. So basically, there's a lad called Casey. He arrives from the future, and he warns the turtles that the Krang are on their way, and it's all going to kick off.
Whoa.
Imagine that. He's just walking along one day, some guy comes from the future, and he's like, you need to be ready.
I feel like this might have happened.
Ready?
No.
Maybe. There's going to be a lot of excitement around, and this movie is going to be an absolute must-see. You can catch it on Netflix.
Now, if you do watch any of our picks, please do send us a little review, just like Max has done.
Max has done a fantastic job.
Do you know what? I love this movie. And I know, because obviously at Breakfast Control, I know that the Fun Kids listeners are going to love it.
Well, the thing is as well is that it is probably the number one movie. It's got the number one songs. It's just number one.
So let's see what Max had to say.
Hello, my name is Max and I'm 9 years old. My favourite film is Encanto. I love this film because the music and the lyrics are really clever. My favourite part of the film is when they go into Bruno's tower and they get stuck in the sand bit. I would give this film 4.5 out of 5.
Max is a bit too good at the review section of this, I think. He sounded so professional.
So professional, he's after our jobs. That's what's happening here.
Absolutely is. I was listening, I was like, Max, you kind of do it a bit better than I do.
He definitely does it better than you do.
Encanto, though, what do you say about Encanto?
I love Encanto. Surface Pressure. We don't talk about Bruno.
No.
No.
I think so, isn't it?
No, not in tune.
Do you know there's a remix of that song?
Oh, really? Did you make it?
Yeah, it's so good as well. It's like an upbeat We Don't Talk About Bruno.
Okay, go for it.
It's like, we don't talk about Bruno. It's like that. Little remix, you know? It's good fun.
Thank you so much for that review, Max. We absolutely loved it. And of course, if you want to get involved, we want to hear your reviews as well. So get on over to funkidslive.com/stream it and tap that big red button.
Yeah, record your review and boom, you could be on the pod like Max. So it's time for the Stream It 30-second challenge, where you have a topic and you have 30 seconds to name as many things from that topic in the time.
I can do it.
You can do it?
I can do it. Well, it depends what it is. What is it?
It's going to be Disney princesses.
Oh, yeah. No.
Confident?
Yes, I am.
So, Robyn, 30 seconds to name as many Disney princesses as you can. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
3, 2, 1, go.
Elsa, Belle, Cinderella, Little Mermaid. Does she count? I don't know if Little Mermaid counts. Okay, we'll go for it. Oh, I thought I'd be really good at this. Who else is there? You've got Belle, you've got Cinderella, you've got Sleeping Beauty, and then you've got who else have we got? Does Moana count? Maybe. Let's put. Oh, Brave. Oh, what's Mirabelle?
And that's time. Best bit about it, asking me. Obviously, I'm not going to help you. Well done, Robyn. You scored a big total of 6.
Not great, is it?
Yeah, there's definitely loads of people out there that could beat that score, but well done. That was the 30-second challenge. Oh, Robyn, what a week.
I know, I've had the most fun.
And you know what? You found out that I've got a best buddy called Ali.
I did, and that you can't sing.
No, I can't sing, no, but I can do a beat, so if you need me for that, I'm here.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, not needed. But next week, we've got some really exciting guests on the show.
Oh, we do, yeah. Next week is a really good week.
Yeah, we're going to be chatting to the stars of the brand new movie Secret Headquarters, which of course was one of Connor's picks this week.
It was. It's an absolute must-see.
So if you want to find out more about this film, because it does sound ace, then make sure you give us a little follow, subscribe, so you don't miss a single episode ever.
And we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.